Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to share on the Connect Collaborative. My name is Kelly Waiter from Corporate Magic, and I am an executive coach, behavioral coach, and really focused on the potential in people. People say to me, do you pull a rabbit out of your hat? And I say, no, the magic is in you, not in me. So that's what today is all about. One of the things that I love about what I do is that ability to understand that the greatest contribution that you can make to another person is not just to share your own wisdom, strength, and hope, but to reveal to them their own. And that's why I am focused on talent building and looking at people's strengths. Why? Because it's the most direct route to a person being able to feel that sense of contribution and growth, which are two of the 6 core needs of a human being, and also to create inspiration and that ability to thrive or be happy in their own life. When we look at strengths, and I use the Clifton Gallup Strengths tool, we want to understand why strengths. What is it that a strength does, and how do you recognize a strength? And I guess there are 4 key areas of strengths. One is, as human beings, we actually do yearn for our talents, to be able to understand what they are. It's like that black hole that people have of purpose and understanding their passion and their why. And this is our yearning, is our attraction to a particular type of work or a particular type of task that we do well, and to do more of that. Because of this yearning for our talent, when we discover that, we're able to use that talent and we get a sense of satisfaction. It's very rare for a person to find pleasure in places that they don't also find a strength. That whole concept around intrinsic motivation, the activities and the opportunities that we generally enjoy come from the use of our talents. Because we feel that satisfaction when we use our talents, we get what's called a rapid learning. So we're taking on things that we're able to learn quickly, and things that we want to do them over and over again, because we see those glimpses of excellence when we're using those talents. When we look at success using our talents, I mean, success is different for everybody, but it's a compilation of moments that we have in our lifetime. And it takes a trained eye to notice these moments in everyday life. And the question to ask ourselves here is, what is it that other people have told you that they think that you're doing really well, that they think that you're doing great? Where do other people see your talents lie? And do you feel that same way? When we understand our talents, we're able to drive our performance. And this is, if you took a moment to think about a time where you really felt like you were doing really well, you really felt motivated, you felt engaged, you felt that sense of achievement or contribution in whatever it is that you were doing, you would find a talent there. It's a concept that a psychologist by the name of Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi calls flow. Okay, and that flow is that optimal state where you feel intrinsically motivated, so motivated from the inside out. And when you are doing something and time disappears, that's essentially what flow is. One of my favorite feedback comments that people give me after a session is, oh my gosh, that time went so fast. Because what that tells me is that in that moment, they're in flow. Our talents are amazing, and they hold a great deal of potential for us. It's through understanding our talents that we're able to tap into that potential to discover our own style of success. Now, one of the things that you need to understand about your talents and your strengths is that they are unique to you. There are 34 talents in the pool of strengths through the Gallup-Clifton Strengths Profile. Now, the science tells us that the chances of you having the same top 5 talents in the same order as somebody else is 1 in 33 million. So we are so unique and so different. And that's what I love about the work that I do, is that ability to be able to tailor it to the individual, because the concept of one size fits all, it just doesn't fit, because as humans being, we are not all the same. Unless someone has spent their life in your shoes, they cannot possibly know your potential. That is your magic to discover, and your space to be empowered in your life. Because, being empowered to use your talents is not somebody giving you the power. Yeah, it's permission for you to unleash that all on your own. So what is a talent? It's an instinctive behavior. It is something that comes very naturally to us. When we look at talents and we look at the full 34 Clifton strengths, they're broken up into 4 areas. And those areas are executing, influencing, strategic thinking, and relationship building. Now, it's not about putting baby in a corner. We can have a combination of all of those things. It's really a discovery of what you are more drawn to. Now, if we take this into a workplace, and say you were doing a team building and you decided that that path to success is all of us as a team to climb up a mountain, and we're climbing up that mountain, and all of a sudden a big boulder comes flying down the mountain and we are stuck. And this is where our talents come into play. So the executors, they will be right out there with hammers and nails, and they will be bashing away at that rock to, let's just move the immovable object. That's what we do. We're executors. And then the influencers will be communicating the how we're doing it and communicating with everyone. You can do this. We've got this, and really like lighting a fire under people to get them going. That's what the influencer's role is. The relationship builder's role is more building a role around trust and inclusion and making sure that everybody's feeling okay together, and does anyone need anything? And it's that more nurturing approach to building trust and relationships. And then in all this, we've got people banging, we've got people yelling, we've got people checking other people, and then we have the strategic thinkers, and they kind of tend to have taken a step back and are looking at all of these people going crazy at this rock and saying, team, what are you doing? We could just go this way. Because the strategic thinker is always looking at all the different ways that we could move forward. One of the things that I want you to know is that, people look at these sorts of things. You've got, Gallup Strengths, you've got the extended DISC programs, you've got Herrmann Brain Dominance. There's lots and lots of profiles out there. And this is where I think I do something a little bit different. Is it's not just the outcome of your report. Okay, you get a report that says something, and then if you just take that report and do nothing else with it, then you are left to your own perception of what the words mean. You probably won't look at how they work together. So the importance is in unpacking this with someone who can use this tool so that you can get the most out of it. We don't want people saying, oh, this is another one of those pop psychology questionnaires that tells me who I am. That's not what this is about. This is about a discovery process for you. And you understand that as you go through your life, you have a lifetime of experiences and a lifetime of learning that has created the way that you think, feel, behave, speak, and these are your true colors. And so what we want to do is take you through a process of recognition, of understanding all of you and how all of you has created the you of today. And are there blind spots that you don't see? Is there potential that you don't see? Are there talents that you don't recognize you have? And honestly, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm not that happy in what I'm doing, or I just feel a bit stuck, then this is the sort of thing that you're looking for. To give you an example, when I do this work with people, we do an unpacking of the strengths. But as part of that, I use some other tools that I have: neuro-linguistic programming, matrix therapies, breakthrough coaching techniques, and it's about a journey of discovery for you first. And the first thing we're looking at is, who are you and how have your experiences created you? And to do that, sometimes we have to go back to go forward a little bit. It's not about deep diving into issues and things that you have, but it's just asking questions about, what did you love to do? Or who did you want to be when you grew up? And in short, this is me. I wanted to be Wonder Woman. My little boy still thinks that I am. I wanted to work in that lolly shop in Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory. I wanted to be an air hostess, but I was a little bit short, unfortunately. But so I got into hospitality and travel industry. I wanted to be an actress, and I ended up doing some acting for a time. And after I had done all this, I went through the discovery of my own talents and was amazed at the realization that my talents connected to all of those things that I wanted to be, do, and loved as I was growing up. This is a discovery for you to go through as well. The other part of this is when we're thinking about limiting beliefs that we have, and we're thinking about the language that we use and how we speak to ourselves, there is this ugly truth about us as well. And you know what? Everybody has an ugly truth. This part of us that we want to hide away, or this part of us that we don't want people to know about. And I don't know if it was becoming a parent that brought this out in me, but all of a sudden, it's okay not to be able to drive that perfect version of yourself out into the world all the time. You know, we have faults. We're humans. There is no perfection, not even in nature. And it's quite freeing to be able to go into a process with people and to be able to say, do you know what? I'm not that good with time. Because I'm so focused on you, I might be late for the next person. But what do? I make sure there's time in between. So, I can be stubborn. I can be picky with food. I have limited financial acumen because I don't enjoy working with numbers that much. I can procrastinate a little bit. I can be a little bit unorganized, not for you, but for me. It allows you without accountability or deadlines, which is why it's great that I've got Dean as my accountability coach with Connect Collaborative. The reason I'm telling you all this is it's just part of who I am. The other part of me is that ability to be able to look at my talents. I am determined. I am results driven. I have a high level of agility and flexibility. I have a great sense of contribution and growth and engagement with people. And that all comes through my talents of positivity, of individualization, which is being able to recognize people's unique qualities. Maximizer. I want everything to be good, better, best. Which can make me sit up till 3 o'clock in the morning checking my own work, but because I want to deliver something that's really going to bring value to you. So we have to understand how our talents can work for us in two ways. They can be raw, and then they can be mature. Even as adults, there are parts of our behavior, language, thoughts, and feelings that continue to develop over time. And this is that opportunity to do that. We have our unconscious bias, our blind spots, and our egos. With our talents are raw, they are not going to support us. Givers and getters of significance, empathy versus sympathy, holding on when we should be letting go. There are great examples of this and how we learn how to do it better. So the purpose. How would it help you break through with confidence and personal awareness? It provides a specific action to get results, understanding self and others for improved engagement and effectiveness, a breaking down of limiting beliefs of yourself and others so that you can thrive. I really encourage people to invest in their own development because unless you're Tom Hanks on an island with a netball called Wilson, it's not only death and taxes you're going to have to worry about, it's going to be other people as well. So what's in it for me when we look at our own talents? It's that concept of self-acceptance. If I see people who, or if you see people who are not feeling confidence, this is for them. People that don't have a path to be able to express themselves or are struggling to express themselves, then this is for them. That introduction to your passion and your purpose, and a credible way to express your strengths and weaknesses. Now, I know over the last year, I've done a lot of work with the travel industry, which is an industry that has been absolutely decimated. And I spent 20 odd years in it myself. And so I've been giving a lot of my time to be able to help people who have been in it 15 years and now are looking for other jobs and can't express themselves outside of travel industry lingo. And so this is really an opportunity for you to be able to do that, to understand your transferable skills and how you can take them into any industry. So the whole purpose of this is discover and embrace who you are and allow you to be that person. Your future awaits, where you can see your talents in action, connect your goals and aspiration, and see that alignment between those talents and results. So understand that when you're doing what you love, you will get results. When you're doing more of what you're good at, you are going to get results. When you focus on weakness fixing, sure, you'll get a little bit of a result, but it won't be as significant and it won't create as much motivation as when you are working with your talents and your strengths. So this is about being able to use the tool of strengths to gain some personal discovery, to change your thinking and embrace your talents in the way that works for you, and change the impact that you have on yourself and others around you, and see those results. And when you start to see those results, then hopefully you will do more and more of that. So I've given you the outline of strengths-based thinking. Read the impact of others who have decided to focus on what they do well instead of weakness fixing. These are just 3 people that I worked with who went through an incredible transformation process. So if you know anyone who's looking to, rediscover their own potential, or is feeling stuck, or has lost their confidence, that'd be a great introduction for me. If you want to know more, or you're just interested in having a discussion around this, please feel free to reach out to me through the Connect Collaborative. Dean Hoban is my coach, and I would be delighted to have a discussion with you. And remember, the magic is in you.